on, everybody? How you doing? My name is Lonnie Groove. Make sure y'all can hear me now. My name is Lonnie Groove, Lion King Painters. And how's everybody doing today? Did you do your training today? Good. So did I. And I guess now it's time for a late night lunch, or dinner, whatever you want to call it. Late night food. Let's eat. So, as I nibble, I better keep one in there. As I nibble and I'm trying to think of the topics today. Today was an awesome day. Got some good training in. And like, I'm noticing as I make videos, I'm wondering how many influencers go through this when you could tell other people like trying to get in your video. So I made a little video this morning. It's my simple training video like I always do. And then I noticed someone actually trying to get into the video. And I'm saying this because like, as I replay it, it looks like I'm just being an asshole, right? No, you can't get in my video. And yes, I do like to train when I'm by myself. But the point was, or the reason that I acted like that, was because there was like, there were two paths to go through. So there's two paths to go through, and I'm right here. And instead of them taking the path that was away from the camera, they just wanted to take the one that was in front of the camera. And I'm the type of person, like, I'm a Capricorn, so I can see people's hearts. And you know, you can tell like a photobomb is, nobody likes an asshole. So I grabbed my phone and put it up so they couldn't get on the camera. They still got on the camera anyway. You know, there wasn't no trouble or nothing. I was just annoyed because I seen their golden agenda. So that was that. Other than that, the video came out great, and it was a great day. And apparently, I like olives. And they are definitely an acquired taste. Very salty, but I'm getting used to it. Well, simple training. Oh, lost that one. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Got it. So, sirens. Now, I remember I seen a video that talked about sirens in the districts. You know we all live in districts, right? What was that movie? Mockingjay, or The Hunger Games. So this is true, we all live in districts. But in this YouTube video, okay, just to go off topic, I like the green ones. The purple ones, I can't do those. Can't do those at all. Okay, back to topic. So, we all live in districts. And within the red zone district, I've seen the video a couple years ago. I'm going to have to do some more research on it, but it makes sense that it was talking about the sirens and how the sirens keep you up so that you don't have a peace of mind. You can never get a peace of mind because you hear the sirens. And that's something that you really don't realize until you think about it. You know, other than that, You know, you're driving down the highway, you hear an ambulance go by. Whatever. But can you imagine hearing a siren on an everyday, all the time, every 20-minute level? The logic that would wreck peace of mind. Because the siren's pretty annoying as hell. I wouldn't be surprised if it could trigger somebody into a seizure. I don't know that to be a fact. I'm just thinking with my little bit of logic. And I still have a lot to learn. Life is a learning process. But anyway, so in this YouTube video, it talked about, and the video was talking about the red zone district and how they keep people at a certain mentality to where they're always getting mad at stupid stuff. I be telling people, the day you argue over stale donuts is the day you hit rock bottom. Think about it. So, as I look at the demographics of zones, private zones, red zones, and you're gonna have to check your census for these zones that a lot of times they tell you aren't there no more, but they're still there. You can literally see the difference between across the street, what's what. So, yeah, man, them sirens can be, and lights, can be heavy on a human psyche. Every once in a while might not be nothing. But every 20 minutes, that would drive somebody insane. Which it does. And people be arguing over stale donuts and stuff. Like they crazy. Crazy as hell. Don't argue over stale donuts. The day you argue over stale donuts, you're hit. Remember me saying this to you. And if you argue over stale donuts, just stop. And that's that. I am an ambassador to a mentor of mine. And I have a couple of mentors. My mentor teaches to have more than one mentor. And I pretty much like to focus on what he says. And I take his advice and I listen to other mentors. I trust me. There are plenty of mentors out there. And what gets me is how he teaches financial intelligence and how to be around rich people and learn who rich people are, because just throwing names out there, that's like Robert Kiyosaki. Do you know who Robert Kiyosaki is? Now, if you do, that means that you're at a certain tax bracket, or you're aiming for a certain tax bracket. If you don't, it's really going to be hard to talk to somebody that's aiming for success about success when you don't even know who millionaires are. Robert Kiyosaki. Rich Dad Poor Dad. Which was a simple book. Which was a simple book about when he was growing up. His mother was dating his father. Or his mother, they were married, but they got a divorce. And when they got the divorce, she married somebody else. And the book explains the different mentality of both those men. And when you read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, he explains the difference. Like, okay, to poor people, broke and poor are the same thing. This is in the book, great book. Broke and poor are the same thing to poor people. Again, Broke and poor are the same thing to poor people. All right. Now, to rich people, broke and poor are two different words. Broke means I don't have it today. Tomorrow's another day. Next week is next week. Next month is next month. Anyway, broke means I don't got it now. Poor means I ain't never gonna get it. And this creates psychology within the brain. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, but it creates a psychological something in the brain that sounds really technical stuff. Just me. I'll figure it out and remake the video. But so anyway, and it triggers something in your brain so that if you classify yourself as poor, you actually put a cap on yourself and you will be poor. Remember, poor means forever. Ain't no tomorrow, ain't no next week, ain't no next month, ever. You ain't ever gonna get up. So anyway, he noticed that poor people don't know the difference between saying broke and poor, and because they always say that they're poor, they stay poor. When all they would have to do is change their words around, and instead of saying poor, use the word broke, and they will break that cap. You know, their cap is at a certain level, and as long as if they switch their words around, the positivity of words, Daymond John, you really need to check that brother out. Yet the black guy from the Shark Tank. I get irritated when people don't know who Daymond John is. Like, what happens on the camera is on the camera, but off of the camera is always another story. So anyway, yes, so you got poor, the words poor and broke. If you say poor, you are putting a cap on yourself. That means you will always be poor. Poor means ever, always. Broke means now. Tomorrow will be different. I can be broke today and cash out $20,000 tomorrow. Different. And depending on my bills, I still might be broke. So, that's that. Yeah, so Rich Dad, Poor Dad was a great book, and if you've never heard of it, I suggest that you do. There's another part in it where it's talking about the poor say things like, keep your friends close to you, but keep your enemies even closer. While the rich think, no, keep your friends close to you and keep your enemies far as hell away from you. You see the difference in mentality here? See the difference in mentality? Why is everything going so bad? Because your enemy is right next to you. They tearing your ass up every chance they get. Why? Because they're right next to you. Or you could think like the rich, keep my friends close to me and keep my enemies far as hell. Now, ain't no such, no, fuck that friend to me crap. Ain't no frenemies. Frenemies is a product of your enemy telling you some bullshit to stay next to you. It is what it is. That's what it is. You need to block their ass. Anybody that say that they're a friend of me, block them. Because every time you get something good, they're going to try to take it or screw it up. So, that's just wisdom. That's just wisdom. If anybody know, or if anybody say that they one of my frenemies, better keep that shit to yourself. I'm gonna block your ass as soon as I find out. Being honest now, I don't need a frenemy. I need a friend, a real friend. Keep my enemies way the hell over yonder. Not the good yonder either. So, yeah, I got my match. As we grow with life and learn, depending on who your influencers, depending on who your influence is, will have a heavy impact on your life. And I've seen it, and I still see it, and I've been there and done that and went through it. And it's just true. It's just true. I remember I was down and out. I was a gypsy. And I was down and out at this time. And gypsies have teams. Like you have your partner, you got the boss and the partners and everything. So anyway. And I was down and out, and I was just frustrated as hell because I was like, and I'm in the negative part of town. And I was like, how the hell all these junkies got money? I'm not a junkie and I'm broke. What the hell going on here? I was really mad. Like, that shit made no sense at all. Made no sense. Like, how is this possible? And I went through the completely stupid reasoning of, well, hell, I might as well just start smoking that shit. Every time you see them, they're happy. The truth is, they're not happy. I didn't notice it then because I was young and stupid. Now, in my age, I observe better. And I noticed they ain't never happy. So anyway, in my ignorance, I'm thinking, and I'm telling you this because somebody might be going through the same thing I am. Or went through. And I don't want them to make the same mistakes I went through. So anyway, I'm thinking, hell, I don't know how the hell they got a habit, but they look happy in their habit, and they always got money to spend on the habit. Meanwhile, I don't have a habit, and I'm broke. Guess I need to start smoking this shit and figure something out. So I went to my partner, and he was always buying the shit, right? He was always buying the shit. And I told him I wanted some. And this dude, he was a white man, a racist. He was a racist, an asshole, almost everything under the sun. But he never dropped me. He never dropped me. So, he never dropped me. Anyway, I went to him to get, to ask for some shit, right? And he said no. And I was like, why not? You do it all the time. And he said, man, you know how good it feels to do this? And I'm like, no, but it looks like you're having a ball. And he was like, nah, you know what? It feels so good, it's like licking a razor. It feels so good, it's like sticking a hairpin in your eye every time you do it. And he was really bugging me out because he was like hyped when he's saying it, like, yeah, that don't sound good. Wait. And that was his reasoning. That was his point of saying it like that. I was like, that don't sound good. And he was like, yeah, that's the point. And he explained to me how all of his money just goes to that, no matter what, no matter how much he saves. And we're gypsies now, so we was making money. Gypsies make money. I had a woman that I cared about, and I took care of her. Father's Day's coming up. Give a shout out to the dudes, because a lot of dudes do a lot of stuff. And when they hook up with anytime, male or female, when they hook up with a negative person, they tear their asses up. So anyway, I was paying for my apartment and the bills. It wasn't even, I was working month to month before I would even go home. But anyway, he explained all of that to me. And a guy came at the door. Was like, hey man, you want something? And after me and Terry's talk, I didn't want any. And Terry was like, man, just tell him to leave. Tell him to leave. Yo, man, he said he don't want none. Go ahead and leave. And just as quick as I said it, he was like, no, wait, tell him to come in. So I let him in. Terry spent $40. The guy was like, yeah, I'll be right back. Guy left, came back, gave him his $40 worth of product. And I remember Terry hit that, and he said, Al, lock the door. God is good. God is great. He was just really ecstatic about it. And I was like, what's going on, man? So I locked the door. He said, Al, I gotta tell you, that was the best $40 piece of soap I ever smoked. Now I'm really confused, right? He had $300 in his pocket. He had 340, he spent the 40, and then he had $300 in his pocket. And because it was soap, he saved the $300 instead of just kept spending it and spending it and spending it. And because of our conversation, it gave him more of a reason not to smoke it. You know, God puts you in a position sometime that you might not want to be in, but you have to be in because you're going to do what God needs you to do. You're going to do what God wants you to do, whether you want to or not. And I guess that was that conversation and topic for the day. So I'm going to stop there, finish eating my food. Thank you for joining me. Instagram, have a great night. Enjoy your weekend. Facebook, have a great night. Enjoy your weekend. And remember that tomorrow's never promised. Tuesday always comes. To all my friends, thank you. To everybody that buys loud vehicles, stop. Stop. Because a lot of times they're not supposed to be that loud. Like, there's a difference between buying a supercharger that's engine roars and buying a used vehicle with a hole in the muffler. But a lot of people don't know that. So anyway, positivity. Today's a great day to have a great day. And thank God for another day. Let's move side. Ready? Breathe in. Breathe out. Have a good day.